Hi, this is Shaden Stephen with TaxSaleSupport.com, here with a short webinar about all of the resources available to members.
Yeah, exactly. We want you guys to be aware of all the resources that are available to you.
Now, there are a few news and announcements that we have for the members here. First, we want all of the members to feel free to ask questions in the forum on the website, because we've got somebody that's manning that forum all the time and is there to answer questions. So the more we answer questions there, the better it gets. We're really looking forward to that growing and becoming a great place for people to get all their questions answered.
Yeah, we're also going to be starting some new monthly trainings with Facebook and YouTube Live. So we'll let you guys know about that, but that's something we're kind of excited about.
Also, if you feel like you need additional help, in other words, we try to provide a lot of information and training and lists and stuff with the membership. But if you want more help than that, you might be a good fit for the coaching program. And if you're interested in that, feel free to contact us to learn more about it.
Yeah, exactly. Now, we every couple of weeks we want to start showing you guys some success stories of students and investors that are members of Tax Sale Support that are having success doing deals. And this is a success story we got from one of our students, Vance, that essentially sent us in this yesterday.
Yeah, and we love working one-on-one with people. We've enjoyed working with Vance and being able to help him really, I think it was a nice testimonial here that he sent in. But, he also, the deals that he's done, he's bought a lot of properties here. And, I think this also shows a little bit about our approach to how we want to do this. We tend to target raw land in a lot of cases, and we love property that we can get for low prices. That's just what we specialize in. We like to find properties all over. And so, these are some examples of what, Vance bought. And in this case, these were properties that we were able to put in minimum bids on. So he was able to pick them up for a pretty low price.
Yeah, exactly. He had a certain budget that he wanted to stick to. And so every investor is different. But with Vance, he wanted to wholesale cheap land, and it was going to work out for him. And so you can see the first two properties on the left, he essentially has already got the deeds and just put those properties on the market. And the other four properties to the right, the offers have been accepted, and he's just waiting. Should be getting the deeds any week.
Yeah, it's awesome. These are great examples of the types of properties you'll find in tax sales too. And the price is really one of the most important things to us. So for tonight, what we want to talk about are the resources that are available to each one of you. When you sign up as a member of Tax Sale Support, you automatically get access to a number of different training manuals and videos on the website. Really, there's so much there. But the first thing we want to talk about are the training materials that you can download. We're going to talk about the workshop guide and the quick start guide, and we're going to talk about all of these, the investor profile, state profiles, and the website, as well as how it all works.
So the first thing you're going to do when you get to the website is you're going to go ahead and download this study program that's going to be essentially located within the training center.
Yeah, you're going to find it under the course materials, and the downloads themselves are the manuals that consist of the home study program. And so what we want you to do here, there are 5 different manuals there that you can download. The workshop manual is the first one, and it really includes, I guess we would say, the meat and potatoes of tax liens and tax deeds. It will teach you about the fundamentals that I think you need to know. The quick start guide covers things that are related to getting started.
Yeah, exactly. So the workshop guide, like Shade mentioned, is really going to be the meat and potatoes. It's going to teach you what you need to know, essentially, about investing. It's going to have a variety of different topics.
Yeah, in fact, many of the chapters that it includes are things that are fundamental to tax liens and deeds. Things like understanding the foreclosure process and how the auctions work. Tax sales. It really covers everything there, from county research and resources. There is a lot you can learn there, but the workshop manual does a good job of, I think, covering most of the fundamentals there.
Yeah, I think she makes a good point. It's going to help teach you what you need to know to set up your business, and that's essentially what the Quick Start Guide is meant to do, is help you set up your business and get out investing. So it's going to have chapters about self-directed accounts or business startup, but really the important part, or the most important part of the Quick Start Guide, is going to be the resource assessment and also essentially the investor profiles.
Yeah, the resource assessment helps you identify what resources you have to work with, and that's important when you're trying to determine what your investment strategy is going to be. Once you fill out that resource assessment, the following chapter is the investor profiles, and what we have here are different strategies that can be employed with tax liens and tax deeds. They're incredibly diverse in the opportunities that they present, and there's many ways you can invest. And so what the investor profiles do is they help you identify a specific investment strategy that is going to work to help you achieve your goal.
Yeah, exactly. Like Shade mentioned, we have essentially 8 different investor profiles, and so each one of these profiles is going to have different states that use that profile. And what this allows you to do is essentially narrow down the type of investor that you want to begin with.
Yeah. Once you're able to kind of narrow down the strategy, then there are a list of states where that strategy can be employed. And this is where you begin using the state profiles, which will teach you about how each one of these states operate. The state profiles are really, I think, good for people to read as you're looking at, potentially investing in different states, because not all states are the same when it comes to how they handle property tax enforcement.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a detailed outline of how that state works, terminology that's going to be used within that state. And so these are really going to be helpful in helping you determine which state to get started with.
Yeah, the purpose in doing this is to help you get started. When you're first trying to get started with tax liens and deeds, I think that many investors struggle with just the enormity of the task there. There's so many different counties and states that you could potentially start in, and the idea here is to find a way to narrow that down. Once you know your strategy, you've got a handful of states that you can begin to focus on, and once you learn more about them, you can focus in on maybe 1 or 2 specific states, and it begins to help you, narrow down that process of where you're going to begin.
Yeah, exactly. You're essentially funneling that down from 10 states to 1 state to a county to begin with in a list.
There are additional resources available, like the reference guide. We've got glossaries, we've got phone scripts, we've got contracts and forms that you can download and use. There are so many different resources that are available to members. It's almost overwhelming to them, I think, in the beginning.
Yeah, exactly. Also, this won't apply to everyone, but for the investors that it does apply, it's a big benefit. We have our Foreign Investor Guide, and this is going to teach investors that are outside the country how to invest, and it's also going to break down the Canada tax sale system and how the Canada tax sales work.
Yeah, it's excellent. I think for many of those people that are living outside the U.S. that want to invest here, or for people that want to invest in Canada. So the primary resources on the website. The website has so much information that is included here, but the main places that you're going to be paying attention to are the Member Center, the Training Center, the List Center, and the Profile Center.
Yeah, these 4 centers essentially are going to be going to have the bulk of the training and the information that's going to be available to you as a member.
Yeah, for instance, in the List Center, we have the auction calendar, which is a place that you can go to see different sales, that are taking place and be able to download lists for those sales. And there are lots of sales always taking place every single month.
Yeah, exactly. We scour the country to find all of the tax sales that are taking place. So we'll generally have between 400 to 500 tax sales every month.
Yeah, something else that we have that you won't find that I'm aware of really anywhere else is an over-the-counter database. This is a place that you can go to locate over-the-counter tax liens, over-the-counter tax deeds, or even over-the-counter redemption deeds. Or also access to land banks, across the country. But this is a place that you can go to for all of the over-the-counter investments, which is a strategy that some people like to pursue.
Yeah, we have the largest collection of over-the-counter database lists that we know of.
Yeah. In fact, we've got them for states all across the country. In fact, if they offer over-the-counter lists, we probably have them.
In addition to that, we're going to make sure that you guys know every online auction that's happening through our online auction tab. We're going to have online auctions for tax deeds, tax liens, redemption deeds. So if there's an online real estate auction taking place, whether there's a tax sale or a real estate auction, we'll have it listed here.
Yeah, you can access it directly from the website. In the Profile Center, you can access all of the state profiles or the individual investor profiles. If you need any ideas, or if you're looking to change strategies there and you want to know what states it might work in.
Also, in addition to that, we're also going to have the online state guides. Now, we talked about the state guides within the program. These online state guides are going to include additional information with links to state information that may be important, and also we'll have videos if we have a video within that state.
Yeah. So basically, as new members, you've got access to an entire library of materials here, the course library, which you can get there in the training center. It has all of the materials there that you can download, all of those different guides.
Also, within our video library, we're going to have hundreds of hours of pre-recorded trainings. All of the weekly webinars that we do every week are going to be recorded and saved within the video library.
Yeah, we have webinars going back many years.
Yeah. The forum is really where a lot of our members are going to be asking questions, interacting with other members. It's a great resource to all of our members.
Yeah. Then we also have a forum scripts and links section there where you can download many of the different forms that we have available here. There's also links to a lot of useful websites and resources that are out there.
Also, you can go to the training center and always be able to register for the weekly webinar. We repost that each week, so you can go on there and it'll be current. You can click on that link and join us at the weekly webinar.
Yeah, every week, every Wednesday night, we hold a weekly webinar that's live, and we're always happy to have people attend that. But you can also catch the replay of it if you ever miss it. The idea behind all of this, though, is to help you go through the process of investing. That's a process of getting started and purchasing these investments. And it is kind of a funneling process here when you're trying to get started. It's about trying to narrow down where you're going to get started, and from there, even once you get a list, it's about narrowing down your selection of potential investments to until you can pick one out that's going to work out best for you.
Yeah, exactly. Essentially going through these 6 steps where you're selecting a profile, narrowing that selecting, doing the due diligence, and making the investment. This is really kind of the funnel that you're going to be going through as a member of Tax Sale Support.
Yeah. So, again, if for new members that are out there, if you need help with anything here, we're happy to do that. You can catch us in the forum, or you can also contact us directly if you need to through the contact.
Yeah, if you have any questions, go ahead and let us know. Also, get started by reading the workshop guide and the quick start guide. That's going to help get you pointed in the right direction.
Yeah, and basically, you're going to be looking to pick an investor profile that's going to help you narrow down which potential states you might invest in. Or if you already know the state, then you can just begin looking for lists in that state by going directly to the lists.
We thank you guys for checking out this video and appreciate you guys as members of TaxSaleSupport.com.
Thank you.